bitch goes home. She goes the fuck home early.
I know you had a few niggas, but they ain't done enough. I see how you moving, baby, that's where you cutting up. I know I ride a few niggas, but they ain't running up. I hate to get to that bag, yeah, I hate to run it up. You make me laugh when I'm mad, I swear I be dumb as fuck. I can be mad with you.
Hey y'all, it's SUBIESSSS and it's look like a tick because I'm back with another video. I said I'm back with another video, y'all. And yes, if you read the title, you know what this video is about. Today's video is a story time on the time I fought this girl in the 10th grade. So yeah, I was a whole sophomore in high school and she was a whole senior in high school. And I hope the lighting doesn't go bad because the sun is currently like going down. And I'll film this video at like 4 something, almost 5 o'clock, and the sun goes down in like 30 minutes. So I hope it doesn't go away. But if it do, I'm gonna just have to deal with it. So yeah, so basically I'm about to tell y'all this story as fast as I can because it's a very, very long story, y'all. But basically, this is how the story starts. So I was in 10th grade and I was a cheerleader. And I used to stay after school all the time. During this time, we actually was on like a cheer break. But I was still staying after school because at this time, I was living with my grandmother. Me and my mom, my sister were living with my grandmother. My grandmother lived in the city and I went to school in the county because I used to live in the county. Because I was living in the county. So we had moved with my grandmother because we were in the process of moving into another house. And our house wasn't ready for us to move into yet. So we stayed with my grandmother until our house got ready. While I was living with my grandmother, my little sister went to school across the street from me. So she was in elementary school, I was in high school. She went to school, her school was right across the street from my school. So my mom would come and pick me up from school and my little sister up from school at the same time. Mind you, high school got out of school earlier than my sister's school. So they got out like I think at least an hour after us or like 45 minutes after us or whatever the case may be. So my mother was like, instead of coming to pick you up and then have to wait around the area to go get your sister, I'ma just pick y'all up at the same time. So just stay at the school. Because literally it was always something to do at the school. I could be doing coach class or something, or I could just be around the school. Like I was grown. I'm not grown, but I was old enough to just be independent on my own at the school. My sister was not. So you know what I'm saying? So I used to be at the school almost every day with this one girl. This bitch was when I tell y'all that was like my sister, we was like this. We was very close and we definitely are not like that no more. But we was definitely really close. Like that was my bitch. Like it was not one without the other. She was never my best friend, but she was definitely like my sister. Like that was my bitch. So we're going to call her Dory for the sake of this video because she comes up a lot. So I need to give her a name. Her name's going to be Dory. So basically, y'all, I was at the school almost every day with Dory. Just on some shit, just like chilling, because she used to stay there until her mother came to pick her up or whatever. So this bitch, keep in mind, like she was really like boy crazy, like boy fucking crazy. Like that was her, like that was her thing. Like she used to beef with bitches over niggas. Like she was just very boy crazy. So what happened was, I should have put some lip gloss on my lips. She was boy crazy with boys, so she used to be at the school with niggas. My y'all, my whole entire high school experience, I was never really a boy crazy ass girl. I did not lose my virginity till I got out of high school. I was not really crazy about niggas. Like, yes, I talked to boys. Yes, I dealt with boys, but I never like fucked on niggas. I never did none of that. Like I never really had nothing serious with a boy in high school. Like never. Like it was always I just talked to them, knew them, cool with them. Never had nothing where I had a nigga or a boyfriend or nothing like that in high school at all. Never. So being her friend, it was like people like to say birds of a feather flock together, but they could never understand who I was because I was not like her at all. Like, how are you friends with this girl and you're stiff? How are you friends with this girl and you're stiff? And I'm not saying she used to fuck on niggas or nothing like that, or she used to like do all that shit with niggas, but she was very boy crazy. Like she was very boy crazy. So people can understand how like you friends with her and that's not you, bitch, because birds of a feather don't always flock together. Period. Yeah. So basically, y'all, me and her was be at the school all the time, and there was this one boy that she was talking to at the time. And he had a friend or whatever. And his friend used to be after school with him as well. These boys never did nothing in school. Worst boys to go to school. I don't even think they finished high school, to be honest with y'all. I don't. But they never did shit in school. Like, they just used to stay after school, probably selling drugs after school. Like, just up to school being fucking menaces to society. After school, we used to be, she was with them or whatever. And they just used to be with her. Like, before I even started talking to the other friend, they just used to be around or whatever. So, after school one day, we all together or whatever, kicking up kiki, me and the nigga. So the nigga that she was talking to, his friend or whatever, they all went to our school. We wasn't talking or nothing. Like, we just was like all on some cool kiki shit, ha. Like, we at the school, blah blah. So the next day, she came to school like, do I want to give him a name? I'm gonna call him Dumbass. So we come to school the next day. She like, Dumbass said you're cute and he wants you. And I'm like, what? So we had lunch, and he in our lunch. I don't even think that was his lunch, but he was in our lunch. How crazy. So she like, yeah, come over here. He want to talk to you. Da-da-da-da. So I'm like, mind you, I was real fucking stiff. Like, when I tell y'all I was stiff as a bitch, I moved real stiff whole high school. Like, with niggas, I was so stiff on everything. So I'm sitting there like, why me? Like, why? She was like, he just thinks you're cute. He want to talk to you. Like, just go say hi. So I'm like, all right, well, he do be at school all the time. Let's make it less awkward. I guess I'll like, talk to him or whatever. So I just started like saying what's up. We were just cool. He was like, yeah, you cute, whatever. I fuck with your vibe, your energy. I'm like, okay, whatever. So basically, we exchanged numbers or whatever. And we just started texting, like, on some, like, real, like, cool-ass shit. And he was really cool. Like, I give y'all that. He was really cool. He was cool. But I would notice, like, little shit. Like, he'd be talking to this bitch in school. He'd be talking to that bitch in school. Mind you, it was never nothing serious. Like, that was not my nigga. Didn't want him to be my nigga. I didn't even have feelings for him like that, y'all. I had a crush on a whole nother nigga in high school. And what's so crazy is, when I fought this girl, I was talking to my crush. Get to that. But me and him started texting or whatever, talking or whatever, cool. So I started noticing that, like, he was talking to other girls in school. And, like, they was really, I'm gonna go get some lip gloss. Hold on. I had to go get some lip gloss. And I brought my daughter girl with me. Because she literally can't do nothing without me. And I started realizing that he was like talking to hella girls in the school. When I started noticing that, I started falling back. Because I'm like, I can't deal with that. Like, that's weird to me. Like, I'm around all these girls and they all got your name in their mouth. Like, that's just weird to me. Like, I'm not saying we on no serious shit. But, like, I'm around people and I'm cool with them. And they got your name in their mouth. Like, yeah, I talked to him and I'm talking to him and like, all these bitches literally are talking to this one boy. And I'm like, ew, that's so unattractive to me. So I just started falling back. And I told him, I'm like, I really can't fuck with you like that. Like, I can't, like, this is literally never going to be anything. Like, we can't fuck with each other like that because you got all these bitches, all of high school is fucking with you. And ew, that's not cute to me. Like, you're what? No. So one day again after school, we used to go across the street and like get like food or whatever, and it was this breakfast place and then we had went in after school. And was this before school? Oh, I don't even think this was on a school day. Yeah, it wasn't on a school day. This was just us being at the breakfast place or whatever. We had just been at breakfast, and surprisingly, him and his friend is there in the breakfast place. So we go in there, it's me, Dory, and her other friend. So we in there, whatever, they're in there, and they talking it up, chit-chatting it up or whatever. So he mentioned something about, like, prom and going to prom with his ex. Mind you, this is already when I told him, like, we can't really, like, it's never going to be nothing. We just on some chill shit, you know, cool. So, but it was still weird to me, like, you be talking to me and you about to go to prom with your ex-girlfriend. Like, that's weird. That's mad weird. So I was just looking at him like, So that's when I really was like, yeah, like, that's mad weird. Like, I really can't fuck with no nigga who about to go to prom with their ex-girlfriend. Like, no, like, that mean that you got ties with your ex-girlfriend, y'all cool. Like, no, that's weird. So basically that's what they was talking about, and they kept trying to keep it on the low because I was right there. Like, even Dory, and now I'm thinking, like, that was fake as shit. Like, bitch, you can hear this nigga talking about something. He going to prom with his ex-girlfriend, and you trying to keep it on the low because you still want me to freaking talk to him. Like, you want me to talk to him because you talked to his friend. Like, bitch, no. Like, ew. After that, I'm looking at him like a little different. Like, ew, that's weird. And what's so crazy is that happened. That, keep that in mind. And then like 3 or 4 days later, we had cheer practice again. So we all sitting in cheer practice or whatever before practice start, before our coach get there. We're all talking, chit-chatting, running our mouths. That's what we always do. So I don't know how the conversation came up, but Dory was like, and Maddie talked to dumbass, telling the whole fucking cheer team, right? So y'all know my friend Jaya. Y'all know her. Shout out to my bitch. This was when we wasn't like, we was close, but we wasn't like as close as we are now. But she was like, oh, for real, you talked to him? He got an ex-girlfriend that's crazy as shit. And like, she be trying to fight bitches over him. So I'm like, oh, for real? Like, show me him. Mind y'all, keep in mind, please, I was not talking to him no more. That day that we went to the breakfast place, I told myself, I'm not talking to this nigga no more. No more. 2 days before Jaya told me that about the crazy ex-girlfriend or whatever, I started talking to my crush. So the day that Jaya told me about the crazy ex, me and dumbass was no longer talking to each other. I cut that nigga off. I deleted his number. I was not fucking with him. Like, I was not fucking with that nigga at all. Done. So Jaya told me about her or whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, I really don't care because I don't talk to him no more. I don't fuck with him no more. I'm talking to the boy who I had a whole ass crush on now. I'm set. Like, I don't give a fuck about y'all. Like a few days later, so he had posted something. Mind you, I had followed this, like, unfollowed this boy off Instagram, all of that. Because I just didn't want, like, once she told me, like, he got a crazy ex-girlfriend, it was just like, I'm not even about to. Then that's the girlfriend that he was going to prom with, y'all. So I'm like, I didn't even want no parts or none of that shit. I don't got time for that. So I instinctively unfollowed him off Instagram and I unfollowed him off Twitter. So I got somebody like retweeted or something that he said. So his tweet popped up back on my Twitter. So I'm scrolling through my Twitter. And you know, like, I'm pretty sure this is not the only person that happened to before. While I'm scrolling through my Twitter, I make a mistake. And I put this, I mistakenly liked a tweet that he had tweeted or whatever, right? And I quickly unliked that shit because what the fuck I like it for? I didn't like it. Like, I made a mistake. So I quickly unliked it or whatever, right? Yeah, so I guess she has his Twitter, or was watching his Twitter, or whatever the case may have been. But I still to this day don't know how she knew, like, me. So it just all was just really weird to me or whatever, right? So then, y'all, after that, I guess she was watching his Twitter or whatever. So she seen that I liked the tweet. So she followed me. She followed me on Twitter right after that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is his ex-girlfriend. Why is she following me? Like, why? Like, I knew it was about to be drama because why the fuck else would you follow me on Twitter? So she followed me. And then after that, after a few minutes passed, I didn't follow her back. So she just straight mentioned me on Twitter like, bitch, don't know. She said something like, don't be liking his tweet, or what you like about that tweet or something like that. So I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, mind you, I didn't cuss. I didn't say nothing. Like, I didn't really even get rowdy because I don't give a fuck about this nigga and I don't give a fuck about you. So, like, what? So I wasn't even getting rowdy. I just didn't give a fuck. Mind you, I'm not a Twitter beefing type of bitch. Like, I'm not going to beef with you on Twitter. I'm not going to argue with you on Twitter. I'm not going to do none of that shit with you on Twitter. I'm not. Like, that's not me. But the bitch Dory that's what she do. She beef with you on Twitter. She like Twitter beef. She like arguing over niggas. That's not me. I'm not about to sit there and do that. So the girl was going back and forth with me on Twitter, basically just like, why are you liking my nigga tweet? That's my nigga. You'll never have him. Da-da-da-da-da. And her and Dory going back and forth, whatever, right? So the bitch goes on and says, like, so the girl go on and did I end up fighting? She was like, I want to fight you. I'm gonna be up your school on Monday to fight. Da-da-da. So whenever like shit get like that, I just tell my mom, cause like my mom is like my confidant when it comes to anything crazy, like shit like that. Like, y'all, I'm sorry about the light. The sun is like right here and it's about to go down, and I did not plug in my ring light because I just really wanted the natural light. Like, something about natural light is just always better than any type of artificial light. So, but I'm sorry that it has like the ring light shape. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I told my mom. I didn't normally tell her about boys. I kind of kept it to myself. But I told her, like, I'm like, Mom, I was talking to this boy, but I really didn't care about him. I'm talking to another boy. I don't care, like, about this boy. This girl want to fight me over a nigga I don't care about. So she was like, don't pay that shit no mind. You know, girls just be da-da-da-da. Whatever. Don't even argue back with that bitch on Twitter because that's pointless. So, it died down or whatever. Like, the Twitter beef went to the DM. She was like, I'm coming up to your school on Monday. And I want to fight, da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay, whatever. You want to fight? Cool. I'm not about to sit here and be no bitch. Like, you want to fight, you want to fight. So, on Monday, I come back to school, and literally everybody is talking about her. Not even our beef, because our beef didn't even get viral. Nobody even knew that we was beefing on Twitter. He fucked another girl in the school. He was talking to another bitch in the school. Mind you, she knew about this. She knew. She didn't want to fight the other two girls because they are known for fighting. They are known, like, they known for fighting. They in drama all the time. They used to be in drama all the time. They used to be fighting all the time. They known to beat bitches up. Me, I was quiet. I'm not in beef. I'm not in drama. Like, I'm quiet. I'm cool. Everybody at that school knew. Like, everybody was so surprised I even got in a fight. Because they was like, Maddie don't do shit to nobody. She cool. Like, her vibe, her energy, she just be chilling. She just be kicked back cool. And she a cheerleader. She just quiet, cool. Like, she don't never bother nobody. Like, everybody cool with her. Like, she did not go to my school. She went to a whole nother school. Not even close to my school. Like, her school is a whole 25 minutes away from my school. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah. So, basically, she was like, yeah, I'm coming up there Monday. She didn't want to fight the other girl. So that's what they was talking about. Mind you, her cousin, I don't know if they're real cousins, but the girl she called her cousin went to my school. And she didn't say nothing to me that day. She didn't say nothing to me, but she kept looking at me. And I'm looking back at her like, hello? Like, what? Like, but she never said nothing to me. So that day go on or whatever. And what happened? So Monday go by or whatever. So Dory said this day that she was gonna stay at their school with me because I'm supposed to be fighting or whatever. This bitch goes home. She goes the fuck home early. I'm talking about early. Bitch, how are you supposed to be fighting with me and you're going home early? You giving real fucking scary ass bitch ass vibes. Like, bitch, first of all, the girl cousin and her are known to bank. And if y'all know what banking is, that's when, like, somebody, more than one person fights one person. They known to do that. So I'm like, bitch, first of all, I've never been no bitch. And I never needed no bitch to help me fight. But if bitch is gonna bank me and you supposed to be my bitch and you can go run your mouth on Twitter, why the fuck aren't you here for me when I'm about to fight? That's some clown ass shit. So that was like start check one, like, I don't really know if I can fuck with this bitch like that. So that day go by or whatever. I guess she was across the street at the shopping center, and I'm in the school. She didn't DM me. She didn't say she was here to fight or none of that. So everybody come into school like, the girl here, she said, where you at? She looking for you. But I'm like, she looking for me, but she telling y'all. She ain't telling me. So I'm not doing shit because I'm not going out nowhere. I'm staying my ass right here. And if she got a problem and she want to say something to me, she can come in my DM like she did the first time. So my mom come pick me up or whatever. And while my mom picked me up and we're on the highway back to my grandmother's house in the city, she like, where you at, bitch? Come to these apartments. I want to fight. First of all, bitch, I'm not coming to nobody's apartments. I'm not coming to your house to fight you, bitch. If you want to, we're going to meet at a mutual place. Because, first of all, I don't know what you got there. None of that. Like, I'm not doing that. That's dumb. You don't go to nobody's house to fight. That's common sense. You don't do that. You don't. I guess she was at the school on Monday. And then she DM'd me again like, okay, bitch, since you scary, I'm going to be up there Wednesday. So, it was like every other day she was coming up here to fight me. So, on Wednesday I came to school with my hair looking cute. I didn't give a fuck. I knew I wasn't fighting that day. I didn't even want to fight that day because I was too cute. Like, it was nice as shit outside. I was with my crush all fucking day that day. I'm like, I don't even give a fuck about this bitch. I'm not about to let this bitch really, like, yeah. So, that happened or whatever. The sun's going down, y'all. I'm sorry, lighting's changing. So, that happened or whatever. Tuesday came by. We were supposed to fight. I mean, not Tuesday. Wednesday came by. We were supposed to fight. Shit ain't never happened. She came up to school. Mind y'all, Dory was supposed to be there for me again on Wednesday, right? But this would really happen on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I told my mom, my grandmother, and my cousins to be there with me. And my other best friend at the time was going to be there too. We all packed up in the car. I got my change of clothes in the car. She never said nothing to me. She ain't never said. We waited around the school for like an hour. She didn't say shit about fighting. We get back on the highway to go to my grandma's house. I lie to y'all not. She did me like, where you at, bitch? I want to fight. And I'm like, I'm not on your time. I'm not about to be showing up when you want me to show up. I'm not about to be coming through when you want me to come through. I'm not about to be doing shit on your time. Like, that's dead. I'm not about to go all over Baltimore because you want to fight me. Like, you want to fight over something dumb, first of all. So I'm really not, like, if you're not doing it on a timely manner, I'm not about to be chasing you. So she was like, fuck that shit. I'm coming up there on Friday to fight you. Girl, I'm like, you're never going to let this shit go until we fight. So I'm like, I got to fight this girl. I'm telling my mom, like, I really got to fight this girl. Like, it's not even no point. I keep trying to, like, I really got to fight this girl. So on Friday, I had enough. On Friday, I came to school with shorts on. My hair was in 2 braids. I had on a white, like, tank top type shirt. I had Converse on that day. But I had my Jordans in the car. So I was like, I don't give a fuck. But I had those on just in case. So that day, my teachers all like, Maddie, are you good? Because I didn't normally dress like that. Like, I look like a whole nigga. And I look like I was ready to fight. My teacher was like, are you good, Maddie? Is everything okay? I'm like, I'm cool. Like, not really saying too much. Like, but the shit gonna go down is all I was saying. So they was like, are you good? Are you cool? I'm like, I'm cool, whatever. So it was my best friend, Michelle. Y'all know Michelle. It was my mom, my grandmother, and me. And this was on Friday. So school over or whatever the case may be. And we're sitting in my grandmother's car. I see 2 girls like dressed ready to fight walking down to the shopping center. So I'm like, Mom, go to the shopping center because this must be where she be at every time. And I'll be missing her. So we go down to the shopping center. In the shopping center is like the grocery store. I don't think that grocery store there no more. But the grocery store was there. McDonald's, America's Best, the breakfast place. All that Starbucks shit is right there across the street from our school. Our principal sits across the street every day because of fights. People go there to fight. So I see the girls walking down the hill. So I'm sitting, my mom driving around the parking lot or whatever. And I'm looking for the girl, trying to see. I see her cousin. So I'm like, oh, she must be down here because I see her cousin. I never seen her. She come out the cut, no makeup or nothing. I never knew what she looked like. I didn't know this girl from Adam and Eve, y'all. I never seen her a day in my life in person. I didn't even know who she was. All I ever knew was a picture that Jaya showed me when she told me that he had a crazy ex-girlfriend. When Jaya showed me that, I'm like, oh, she's cute. Why is she tripping over him? You too cute to be acting like that. Fighting bitches over a nigga who don't give a fuck. You get what I'm saying? So then I'm looking for her like, I don't see her. So I guess she came out the cut and I'm like, that must be her. So I rolled down the window of my grandmother's car. I'm like, are you? And she was like, yeah, get the fuck out the car. Get the fuck out the car, bitch. Get the fuck out the car. I'm like, nah, you can meet me at the dog park. I'm calm. I'm like, nah, you can meet me at the dog park. You can meet me at the dog park. I don't want to fight you right here because it's too many people. We can meet me at the dog park. She's like, bitch, I'm not meeting you at the dog park. Get the fuck out of the car right now. I changed my shoes. I'm changing my shoes, right? My mom parked the car. Her brother run up to the car or whatever, right? My mom jump out the car. Soon as my mom jump out the car, I straight ran out the car like, bitch, boop, 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 boop. Right up on her, start banging her, boop, 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 boop. Didn't think, blackout, don't remember shit. Just started running up on her, I don't remember shit. I don't remember nothing of like fighting. I just had to watch the video to really remember. And so I'm like, fighting her. My mother all like, she was like, your daughter trying to fuck with my boyfriend, I ain't hear shit. I'm just running up, hitting her. Mind y'all, we like the same height. And, like, she a little skinnier than me. So I'm like, pop, mink, really fighting her. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. That motherfucker, that girl hit me on the side of my eye right here, y'all. Like, you know how, like, when somebody, like, doing, like, windmilling and they hit you, like, on the side, or they hit you in your eye, period. Bitch, my eyes started seeing stars. I said, oh, fuck no. Boop, right? So, mind y'all, after school, it's a security guard that be down there, too, because you can't just stand outside the places. That's what students be doing, whatever. So, he basically, like, telling everybody, go. We fighting, right? My mother, like, and don't fucking touch my daughter. And don't fucking. My grandmother outside, too. Everybody that was in the car with me outside now. My grandmother outside with a pole because her cousin kept trying to jump in the fight. Her cousin kept trying to jump in. My grandma was like, and if you jump in this fucking fight, I'm going to hit you with this pole. Like, so she ain't jump in because my grandma wasn't having that shit. So my little brother jumped in the fight and started he was beating me on my back. But like mind y'all, I was blacked out. So I truly didn't feel anything. I didn't feel nothing but me fighting her. I didn't even know he did that. But he had to be like 10 trying to help his sister. So my grandmother and my mother chasing him around like, get the fuck away. Get back the fuck up. So one of the girls, I was actually cool with one of the girls that was down there. I don't know whose side she was on. I don't know if she was there to help them bank me. I really don't know how that was supposed to go or whatever the case may be. But she saw the security guard come, so she tried to get the girl off of, like, get the girl, me and the girl separated or whatever, right? So in turn, she ends up dragging the girl down to the ground. I straight drag the girl I'm fighting by her hair, pull her up the curb. I'm dragging her, boop, 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 dragging her up the curb or whatever, right? So my best friend, like, Maddie, okay, done, be done, like, break it up, So I slip off the curb, mind y'all, like, I slip. I'm sitting on the curb, the girl was standing up right here. First of all, if I'm fighting, bitch, you supposed to be, oh, this bitch down, She backed up, she was done, like, she was done. I get up real quick, or whatever, right, because ain't nobody catching me while I'm down, fuck. So I get up or whatever, right? My mother like, hit her again. Hit that bitch again. We not done. Spit on that bitch. It's fucking 90 degrees outside. This was probably one of the hottest days ever. Right at the end of the school year. It's hot as shit. It's 90 degrees. I'm sitting out here trying to spit on her like, nothing's coming out. Mind y'all, this girl started hiding behind my mom. Like, she walked behind my mom like my mother was her mother. I'm like, bitch, why you hiding behind my mom? Fight me. Like, you had all that, fight me. Like, come on, bitch, let's fight. So she get to walking up the parking lot, up the shopping center, because I guess her mother was there. Police showed up and all of that. So her little brother outside of, what was right there? Like, y'all, I don't know if y'all know what Granny's is, but it's a restaurant. And Granny's is part of that shopping center, too. So, it's chairs outside or whatever, because that's like a little sitting area. He grabbed one of the chairs and was about to, like, throw it at my grandmother's car. So, my mom hopped back out the car. Every time my mother hop out the car, I'm going to hop out the car, because, bitch, I don't play with my mom. So, I hop out the car. And she hiding behind her brother like, don't touch my brother. I'm like, I don't want to touch your brother. I want you. He like, you're not gonna touch my sister. Like, he was really riding for his sister. Like, that's just pretty. Like, if your brother don't ride for you like that, get a new one, because he was really riding for her ass. So they didn't want to fight anything like that no more. Well, she didn't want to fight nothing like that no more. So we get back in the car, police come, we get back in the car and we leave, or whatever the case may be. So basically that was the end of the fight. I don't really have a video of it because I've been asking for 2 years if anybody has that video. Nobody can seem to find it. I just got a little clip. I'll insert the little clip so y'all know I'm not bluffing about actually fighting. Like, I'll insert a little small clip I found on somebody's Flipagram. But that's really all I have. After that, I went on Twitter. And I posted the fight video. Childish ass caption or whatever. And it made like a lot of noise with the caption. So her cousin had DM'd me off of the girl that I was cool with page. Like, y'all, you talking on that shit on Twitter, fight again, it's a dog park. I'm like, girl, I'm not fighting you again. I don't want to fight again. Like, you just take the L or whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Mind y'all, they had mace. They was about to try to mace me. They was about to try to do whatever the fuck they was going to do. But they got mad because my grandmother came out there with a pole and was not playing. But y'all had mace. Y'all was going to try to mace me. Y'all had weapons too. Y'all was going to try to mace me. So, what the fuck? Y'all just couldn't get to that shit. Y'all was sloppy with it. So, I'm like, yeah, we're not fighting again. Like, whatever. Fuck that shit. That shit over. Fuck it. I'm not fighting y'all again. She like, oh yeah, well, we'll see you when we see you. Okay, whatever. Call it what you want. It is what it is. So that's basically how that went. And then they started talking about Dory. They was like, where Dory at? She's scary as shit. I'm like, that don't have shit to do with me. She wanted to fight me. She fought me. Y'all got a problem with Dory running her mouth. Y'all go take that with Dory. Because I'm not defending that bitch. Because, bitch, you wasn't there when I needed you to be there for me. Not that I even needed you, bitch. But you can go run your mouth on Twitter. But you couldn't come run them hands for a bitch. Okay, cool. Took all that into consideration. Like, no. Like, no. And after that, we didn't end up fighting again or whatever. That shit died down. Shit was over. I came back to school like whatever. And then I got sent to the principal's office. I talked to the principal or whatever about it, and he was like, why, like, how did it happen? I'm like, she been stalking me for a week. She a whole senior. She go to another school. I don't even care about her. I don't care about her boyfriend. I don't care what they got going on. I just wanted to be left alone, but she wouldn't leave me alone, so I had to fight her to leave me alone. I didn't get suspended or nothing like that. I don't know what happened to her as far as like what happened since she fought me at my school basically, and she was a whole fucking senior. I don't know what happened, but that was that or whatever, and that shit been over. So I really could care less about the situation. I don't care about her. I don't care about the nigga. Can't stand the nigga. Never even like, don't even like when nobody bring his name up in conversation, because he's still cool with people that I know. So I don't know, like, you know, and I'm not even mad at her for wanting to fight over her nigga, because I understand, like, you love him and you don't want nobody messing with him. Y'all got, like, you know, you deep in love. So it is what it is. Like, you grow older, you learn shit. You know, you start to understand people a little bit more why they do shit. But yeah, that's basically, like, how it is and what happened in my fight from 10th grade or whatever. Shit been cool ever since, like, but I just really be on my bully chilling for real. Like, bitch, back up, don't say shit to me. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the gang, y'all. I'm on a road to 100 subscribers. But yeah, don't forget to do all that. You can follow me on Instagram at YallMadii. It'll be down here. Don't forget to shop Litwix. It's up here. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. Everybody that tunes in, interacts with my channel, interacts with my Instagram. I appreciate y'all so much. Don't forget to comment more video ideas and all that type of stuff as well. But peace out.